What is up, everyone? Today it's Friday afternoon. First time the entire week it has been dry and the sun is out. So I thought I'd hop on, go for a ride, and share my thoughts about pretty much the first 500 kilometers of ownership of my 2026 BMW M1000R. To give a bit of a background, it's my second bike ever. Before this, I had a BMW F900R. I owned that for, I don't know, a year and a half. And last year, I ordered this bike sight unseen, no test drive, no test fit, at a foreign BMW dealer while I was living in Asia. So yeah, I've had it in my possession for about a month. I've put around 500 kilometers on it so far. The first service has been scheduled for in about 2 weeks, so I'm quite looking forward to that. So yeah, first point I thought I'd share is regarding ergonomics. I'm about 2 meters tall, 95 kg. I spec the bike with the high option seat. I figured that I could reach the ground regardless. And for my F900R, yeah, it was a bit low. So, and I'm not sure if it has to do with the high seat or not, but the seat is very comfortable. I've sat in it for a couple hours, no spots. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Regarding the position itself, of course we have the wide handlebars. For me that's no issue. And I am quite upright because of my long arms. It's very comfortable. I could sit in this for hours. It's almost like an office chair. The only thing, of course, is the feet position. Your knees are quite bent. It's not a GS, it's not a Harley, but that's to be expected. The power of this bike is ridiculous. That's something that really surprised me. Having a faint idea of a remembrance of the F900R, this is so much faster. It actually kind of shocked me. Right now, I'm still breaking it in. I only have like 8,000 RPM, and I don't think I've had it past half throttle. Partly because the RPMs are already at 8,000 at that point, and the other reason is you're doing such excessive speeds that, yeah, there's kind of no need for the other 15,000 RPM. Not for road riding, at least. Really ridiculous. I've messed around with the settings a bit. Road mode is really comfortable, but in race pro mode you can have the burbles of the exhaust and the throttle directness. Two things I noticed with that is that pretty much on cobblestones like this, it is better to just put it in road mode. The throttle gets so choppy that the riding experience is not that pleasant anymore. But on asphalt, the situation does not occur like that. Regarding the sound, I have the stock Krapovich exhaust on it right now. I have a different one for after the first service, and that should already say enough. It's not that it's bad, but yeah, you can't really hear it. The bike also sounds really mechanical, especially when you put it on cruise control. I can even hear it in my helmet that it's almost like a car with straight cut gears. Then the Quickshifter. It is so smooth. It's so much better than the F900R. Even at like 2000 RPM, you can still downshift. Upshifting is quite smooth with minimal throttle. I also haven't had any misshifts. I only had a false neutral once, but that was more my fault than anything else. End of the ride, lazy foot pressure, and I put it in neutral. But besides that, yeah, I almost never use the clutch lever. It's so good. It makes the riding experience so enjoyable as well. Being stuck here behind the tractor. Yeah. First gear, I think 3000 RPM. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and back again. Then, the handlebars. Before I purchased the bike, I did quite a lot of research, and every video told me that the handlebars are very vibey. You need some bar end weights to reduce it, otherwise your hands go numb. And to be honest, when I got the bike, I didn't notice it. Right now I have the Evotech bar end weights on it, and it's fine. But even with the stock ones, when I pulled them off, there were rubbers inside of it. So what I think happened, perhaps, is that for the 2026 model they made changes, and yeah, the first few rides were actually quite comfortable. I didn't experience any discomfort or vibrations through the handlebars like I had expected. That does not mean though that the issue with the mirrors has been resolved. Even now at these low speeds behind the tractor again, you can just see we're doing 40. There's a little bit of vibration, but especially at highway speeds you can't see anything out of it. At night I did a highway stint, and every car has 6 headlights because the vibrations create halos in your mirrors. It's really horrible. One thing I did as well is I had the mirrors below the handlebars for a little bit, and that is possible without hitting the tank with the stock ones. But I had twice that during low speed maneuvers my knee would hit the mirrors and I would have like an artificial steering lock. Which once nearly made me drop the bike, so I've decided for better visibility in general and just at ease of use, I put them back on top of the handlebars again. The fuel consumption is something that has surprised me a bit, mostly because of the reference I had from the F900R. I know on that bike I managed around 20 kilometers per liter of fuel. However, so far I haven't been able to get above 14 kilometers per liter of fuel on this bike. Even with the break-in mode, like it will only get worse once I have all the RPMs. And in combination with a fairly small tank, it just sucks back fuel. You're driving on the country roads, ripping it a little bit, and then the fuel reserve light comes on again. I don't think I have like an effective range of more than 200 kilometers. It's really quite bad. Highway riding on cruise control is probably a bit different, but yeah, that's not really what I'm going to do. So curious to see how this will develop. One aspect that has disappointed me has been the highway drivability. Let's get on the highway for a little bit. I've done a couple of highway stints also at night, and I was really surprised by how twitchy the bike is. Of course, here in the Netherlands it's always windy. Most of the time I had a backpack on that didn't help either. However, I've tried different riding modes, different tire pressures, and every time it just kind of feels like the front is quite light. It wants to turn, doesn't really want to stick to a straight line. Then also probably the grooves of the asphalt, and then somehow the rear of the bike, the rear wheel, it feels like it's swaying, like it's not planted. So for me so far it hasn't really been a confidence inspiring experience to just cruise on the highway between like 100 and 140 kilometers per hour. It's not that I expected it to be, or that I'm going to use the bike for extensive highway riding. Of course it's not the bike for that, but my F900 rode way better on the highway, and I haven't figured it out yet with this bike. So a bit, somehow disappointed with that. I didn't expect it, let's say that. Some final thoughts. I really enjoy this bike. It steers really well, it's really powerful, it looks great. I've done a couple of modifications which make it look even better in my opinion, and it is quite the head turner. I've had quite a few interactions already of even of course guys in cars, like that turn around, thumbs up. It has some road presence, a lot more than my previous bike, and yeah, it's quite fun to see. Even people that don't know bikes realize that it is something special to some degree. So far no regrets on the purchase, and looking forward to having it unlocked and really driving it.